Good evening, YouTube. Barney Black here. This is the Running with MS and my story of my symptoms, part 7. And this is, I think, the 4th take of the video. Normally I just fire these up, one take, and I'm good to go. And I kind of expected this one to be more difficult because it's not a physical symptom that I'm going to talk about. In fact, I'm going to talk about 2 symptoms tonight. And neither of them are physical, although they impact me physically, I guess. Fatigue is one, and fatigue is not the same as being knackered after a hard week or needing to recover after a hard weekend out with your friends. This is something which can be quite debilitating. I have had moments when I have actually spent a couple of days in bed straight. Good thing is that it's been a weekend, so I've not had to take any time off of work, which may or may not be a good thing. But I have had those moments when, or even at night time, after a day's work, which I've battled through, and that sounds quite dramatic, but sometimes it can be a battle. I have found myself going to bed 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, no later than 9 o'clock at night. And I have slept. I have gone up and I have switched off and I have slept. The big challenge with the fatigue and sleeping is that I'm not sleeping to rest, I'm sleeping to recover. The fatigue that I experience, when I would consider it as fatigue, because I don't want to put across that I'm always fatigued, there are times when fatigue hits me. But I would say that my battery is only ever 80% charged, with or without any impact of fatigue. And impact's probably quite a good word, because it does, it just weighs you down. It just makes your head feel heavy. You feel like you don't have any energy to do anything. I also believe that it worsens the pins and needles sensations that I've described in other videos as well. I think that fatigue just lowers whatever resistance I've got to these symptoms kicking off. So fatigue, if you've experienced it, hopefully I'm describing in a way that you recognise it and doing it some sort of justice. If you haven't and you've experienced being really knackered, dial that up by 10, because it's a completely different thing, and it's something which just consumes you for the period. That's fatigue. And the other thing that I've struggled to put across, and again, I probably struggle with this one, but I'm going to stick with this video, so whatever the output of the next couple of minutes, please bear with me, is emotional well-being and emotional changes. I'm not going to call this depression. It would be too easy for me to move into that space, because I do get really low moments, really black moments in my thoughts and in my emotions. But the reason I'm prepared to attribute most of those to having MS is that a lot of the time, those moments, they don't appear to have any stimulus. They don't appear to have any reason that I suddenly feel just in a black place, where emotionally I then begin to think of things in different ways. I then begin to want to withdraw and find a quiet space. I want to leave the company that I'm in. I want to leave the living room if I'm in downstairs watching telly, and I just want to go off. I might even head off for a walk. But the emotional challenges. Now, some people, and there's lots of advice on various MS websites, having MS, people talk about grieving the loss of a way of life, and having to get ready and having to adjust to a new way of life because of what MS is or could be. Not sure that's what my emotional changes have been. People definitely talk about your symptoms and how they can play on your mind on a regular basis. One of the things that I have mentioned in previous videos, I try to live day to day and not have MS feature in it, which is difficult when I'm doing a video every night, so that's clearly not a good strategy. But I also take a tablet twice a day. So twice a day, I am reminded that I've got multiple sclerosis because of the disease-modifying tablets that I take. So it's inescapable. And I am prepared to accept that that is why having MS and having some dark thoughts about having MS, or how it may generate some dark thoughts, is because of having MS. Anyway, I'm not explaining this very well, and I've struggled with this quite a bit. It's like having a knot in your throat most of the time. It's like having sometimes tears behind your eyes, but working really hard not to allow them through. It's not a pleasant feeling, and it's like I said, it's something that's really hard to describe, because even to people looking at me, there's no obvious reason for it, and it's a tough thing. It's a real tough situation to find yourself in, and emotional well-being with MS just seems to be something which I have to work with on a regular basis. I have to be conscious of the signs. I have to be conscious of how I can, the strategies I can use to counter it, if that makes sense. Because I think the people that do know me, largely, I think I'm probably regarded as quite a easy-go-lucky, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So this may be something which you don't expect to hear from me, but I'm trying to keep it as real as I can. Anyway, fatigue and MS, they're two really difficult symptoms for me to describe. My symptoms, I do believe what they are fits the way that I feel at times. And that's all I've got to say about that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber, and if you've just joined the channel and you've not subscribed, please tick the subscription box, and like I said in earlier videos, I'm trying to get up to 100 subscriptions, and by the end of the year, so if you can do that and help me out, that'd be fantastic. I'm Barney Black, I've got MS, be cool.